Good afternoon, baseball fans. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and this is not deja vu. We already started the 1921 payoff pitch replay, but I made a major error in a later inning, completely skipping a half inning for the Athletics. So I just decided to delete that video and start over. So this is the reboot of our 1921 Yankees payoff pitch replay. And again, 1921, a very offensive season. Babe Ruth had probably one of the better baseball seasons in history that year. So looking forward to seeing a lot of offense this one, much more than the 1969 Fergie replay we just completed. And as an example of that, the Polo Grounds where the Yankees play, very short porches, 280 odd feet down both lines, expansive center field. I believe this year they were 508 feet to dead center field. But wheelhouse results, lefty and righties, very high, as you see here. So a lot of balls should be flying out, and looking forward to seeing if Babe can reach or top his 59 home runs hit in real life. So let's get to our starting lineups. For the Athletics, Jimmy Dykes at second, Whitey Witt in right, Tilly Walker in left, Frank Brazil at first, Joe Dugan at third base, Cy Perkins at catching, Frank Welch in center field, Chick Galloway at short, Scott Perry is on the hill. For the hometown Yankees, Chick Fuster at second, Roger Peckinpah, future Washington Senator at short, Babe Ruth in left, Wally Pipp holding first base down until Lou Gehrig gets here at first, Bob Musial, also a member of the Murderers Row in 1927 and on, in right, Ping Bodie in center, Aaron Ward at third, Wally Shang behind the dish, and Carl Mays, the only pitcher to kill a major league hitter with a pitch ball, is on the mound for the Yankees. And of course, that tragedy took place with Ray Chapman dying in 1920, the season before this. So we are set to go. And again, this is a reboot because I missed the whole top of the eighth for the Athletics in the first game. So I am more focused now on this, and we'll just do it again. It's kind of a shame. Babe Ruth homered twice in that unofficial opener, so we'll consider that an exhibition game, and this is for real. Here we go. So Jimmy Dykes set to lead it off against Carl Mays and Patient. That's the exact same way he started the first game of this. And Mays, the side armor, comes inside, plunks Dykes in the ribs, and Jimmy Dykes down to first base. Next up will be Whitey Witt, and Whitey Witt, this will be a tough result, 74, and Witt is going to ground that down to shortstop. Double play ratings of 6 for each, and that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So the hit batter is erased, and 2 outs for the A's in the top of the first inning. Tilly Walker, the batter. The Athletics left fielder today, set to face Chapman, and 21 is going to be an in-play result, and Walker, 2-out single back up the middle, and the A's have a little bit of action happening here, trying to make some 2-out magic. Cleanup hitter Frank Brazil, the first baseman. Mays gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and 36 against the right-hander. He's just going to cue that off the end of the bat. Walker is a 5, so will not automatically be a 2-base advance, but he does off a fast action card. And again, I use fast action cards for bunting, defense, and runner advancement. So after the double play, 2 consecutive hits, and Mays gave up 2 hits in the first inning in our quote-unquote exhibition game. So we'll try and get out of this now. A patient result, and unfortunately he's not going to, as Joe Dugan is going to draw the base on balls, and the sacks are loaded here in the top of the first inning. Mays on the ropes. It is deja vu all over again. I was going to leave that, Matt. I just couldn't do it. I've got a little bit of perfectionist in me. I know the streams will have some mistakes, but to miss a whole half inning, I'm like, nah, I'm going to do it again. So here we go. Cy Perkins up, a big opportunity. It's going to be Patient, and Perkins not going to come through as he hits that into center field. A lazy fly ball, and Ping Bodie, plenty of time to settle under that. So a couple hits, a walk, a hit batsman. No runs, though, as the Athletics leave the bases loaded. No score heading into the bottom of the first inning. And second baseman Chick Fuster set to lead it off against Scott Perry. Perry, 3-6, a 4.11 ERA in 1921 in real life. He's going to start this off as Patient, and 65 is going to be a double as Fuster rips that down the left field line into the corner and coming around second base easily. Stand-up double to lead off the game, which Fuster also did in the exhibition game. So, yes, deja vu indeed. And that brings up shortstop Roger Peckinpah. I'm just going to re-roll. It's cocked. Peckinpah, in-play result, 89. And 89 is going to be a ground ball down to short. That's going to hold the runner at second base. And Babe Ruth, his first at-bat of the season. And the Yankee faithful, remembering his 54 home run output of 1920, are excited to see him get out of gate fast in this one. 4, it's going to be patient. 63 against the right-hander, and Ruth draws the base on balls as Scott Perry, forewarned, taking no chances, did not give in on a 3-1 count, ends up walking Ruth, and Wally Pitt, the gatekeeper for Lou Gehrig, steps up, also going to be patient, and he draws a base on balls as well. So the Yankees, they've loaded the bases as well here in the bottom of the first inning. And again, as I mentioned, 1921, a lot of patient results in easy-to-hit spots on the cards, 6 to 8. So there'll definitely be a lot of walks. And this set also has a lot more hits in the patient column than the 1969 payoff pitch set. So Bob Musial up, and once again, patient result, 86. Musial not going to get it done there, though, and that's a ground ball down to shortstop, and Scott Perry induces a huge 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. So 2 walks and a double do not bite the Athletics as both teams leave the sacks stranded in the first. We're heading to the second. No score in this one, and Frank Welch set to lead it off against Mays. Yeah, welcome back, RJ. Seems like we've done this, huh? Yeah, well, I don't know what we'll blame that mishap on. That was the first attempt at this, but I will be focused this time, I promise. Carl Mays, in-play result to Frank Welch, and Welch leads off the second with a single. So Mays, he was cuffed around a little bit early in the Groundhog Day game, and starting off that same way, defense check and not good 1921. Plenty of miscues. This will be a range check in left field, though, and Babe Ruth out there. And the Bambino, he is decent, a range of C, and he's going to run that down. Still fairly nimble at that point in his career. Had not ran into the famed hot dog incident that took away a portion of his 1925 season when he had to be rushed to the hospital for eating too many hot dogs. And Joey Chestnut remembers that, says, hold my beer as Scott Perry steps up. It's going to be an in-play result, and 50 will be a fly ball into left field. And Bambino is going to get to that as well. So 2 quick putouts for the Babe. 2 outs, top of the order. Runner on first. Jimmy Dykes up, and Dykes plunked in the ribs his first time up by Mays. 7, and Mays comes back with an in-play result, and that's going to be a ground ball down to first base, scooped up by Wally Pitt. He's going to take it himself. So a hit is wasted in the second as Mays again bends but does not break, and we head to the bottom of the second inning. Scott Perry to face Ping Bodie, and that's going to be an in-play result to Bodie. And he grounds that down to second base, and ranging to his left, scooping that up and firing to first base is Jimmy Dykes. 1 down. Third sacker, Aaron Ward, steps up for his first at-bat of the season. And well, that's definitely a 90. In-play result, and Ward drives that into left field, and going back a few steps is Walker, that short porch out there, but he had room to make the play. So Ward's retired, and that brings up Wally Shang with 2 outs. The Yankees catcher digs in. Here comes a pitch. Shang ropes that down the left field line, and that's going to rattle around in the corner, and having trouble fielding it is Walker. Coming into second base, the throw, the slide, and Shang is safe at 2-out double. And second double of the game for the Bombers. And Carl Mays gets a chance to help his own cause here. In-play result from Scott Perry, and Mays hits that down to third base. Bobbled by Dugan, but he recovers, fires it across the diamond, and Mays is retired. So the Yankees go down in the second inning. We have no score. Heading to the top of the third, it's going to be Whitey Witt, Tilly Walker, and Frank Brazil. Mays takes his warm-up pitches. Signals he's ready to go. Shang fires it down to second base, back around the infield, back to Mays, who brings it home, and that's going to be a ballpark result, 90. And against the left-hander, that is wheelhouse. Polo Grounds loves the left-handed batters. 1-5, it's out of here, 46, and that's going to be a single. So sharp line drive by Witt into left field. And once again, the A's have a leadoff runner on, Mays. He's playing with fire. He'll see if it comes back to haunt him at some point as Tilly Walker steps up. And Walker drives that into the gap in left center. Ranging over is Ruth, and another nice running catch by the Babe, showing off his athleticism, which would desert him in coming seasons. First baseman Frank Brazil steps up, and that's a ballpark result. 64, and the left-hander, that is wheelhouse, and Brazil, he is not a power hitter. See if we can get around on that, but a double will do just as nicely. Thank you very much. And that is down the line, and runners advance 2 bases. So second and third, 1 out, as the A's look to break out on top in this one. Future Yankee Joe Dugan has a chance to break open the scoring here in our first game of the season. Going to be an in-play result for Mays and Dugan. 56, that's going to be a ground ball down to third. And runner's going to hold as whipping it across the diamond is Aaron Ward, a big out. Hit right at him, so the runner had to stay. Cy Perkins up now. 2 outs, runner still in scoring position. In-play result to Perkins against the right-hander, and ground ball back to Mays. Mays, a nice stab. Self-defense, whips it over to Pip, and side is retired. So 2 more hits for the A's go to waste as we head to the bottom of the third inning looking for our first tally of the ball game. And Chick Fuster back to the top of the order for the Yanks. Perry, that's going to be a tough result to Fuster. And 64, swing and a miss as Chick does not do well against right-handers when they get their pitch across, so he missed badly on that one. Way out in front of a changeup. 1 down, Roger Peckinpah steps in. And 9, in-play result to Peck. And Peckinpah drives that into the gap in left center, and that's going to get down and roll past the outfielders. Peckinpah heads around first into second, a stand-up double, 1 out, runner in scoring position, and Babe Ruth comes up for his second time. He walked his first at-bat. Perry pitching carefully to him. It's going to be in play to the Bambino, 56. Line drive at shortstop, and that is right at Galloway, who spears it. Would have gone through his chest otherwise. And back to second is Peckinpah. He had no time to venture too far off the base. Ruth absolutely smoked that. Going to be an in-play result to Wally Pipp, and Pipp fly ball into left field. A routine out there as Tilly Walker pulls that in. Side is retired, so a 1-out double is left at second base as we head to the top of the fourth inning, and we have a pitcher's duel thus far. Very uncustomary for 1921. 0-0, and leading it off will be Frank Welch. Mays gets a sign, kicks, delivers to Welch. Tough, swing and a miss. Frank Welch can't catch up with the fastball. And Mays has that sidearm delivery. It can be very tough on right-handed batters, get you bailing out, and then bends back over the plate. 1 down for Chick Galloway. And in-play result, Galloway spanks that into left field, and that's hit on the line, but right at Ruth. And Ruth having a busy day out in the outfield. Second time Galloway's flown out to him. 2 down for the pitcher, Scott Perry. And Perry steps in play result, and 11 is going to be a pop fly right behind second base, and camping under that, tapping the glove and pulling it in as Peckinpah's side is retired. So the Athletics go down in order here in the fourth. We are heading to the bottom of the frame. Bob Musial and the Yankees ready to get going. Scott Perry on the hill. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be grounded down to shortstop. And easy play at short for Chick Galloway, who whips it across the diamond. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Yankees as veteran Ping Bodie steps up. Bodie grounded out to first, his first at bat. Going to be a patient result, and Bodie drives that into the gap, and that's going to fall. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Bodie is on his horse, rounding second, coming towards third. Here comes the throw, the slide. He's safe, head first, a cloud of dust, and a one-out triple. The Yankees have the first run of the game, 90 feet away, and the offenses are ready to get going. Stepping up is Aaron Ward. Ballpark, and the right-handed batter. That's going to be Wheelhouse. Big swing by Aaron Ward, 54, and just misses that. That's going to be a ground ball down to third, and again, the runner has to hold at third base. So 2 down and a big play at third. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Wally Shang, and Shang looking to get that run home. 3, we're going to have a defensive check, and maybe if I flip my fact deck around, there we go. It's going to be an error check on the third baseman, and at third base, of course, is Joe Dugan, and Dugan is a 3. And that is going to be an error of the one-base variety, and our first run of the ball game comes through on a miscue. So tough luck, Scott Perry, as coming in to score is Ping Bodie. E5, and of course that will be an unearned run, no RBI, and that brings up our pitcher spot. Yankees break on top 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and very dead ball-like in our start to this game. 0s early, and then the first run coming as a result of an error. In play result to the pitcher, Carl Mays, and Carl Mays is a good hitting pitcher. He's going to get a hold of that, and Shang is a 6. We got to go to the fast action card for advancement. That's a soft single, and runner on first is going to advance 2 bases. So at the corners, as Carl Mays helps his own cause and gets us to the top of the order, Chick Fuster, Yankees second baseman, digging in. Fuster hit 277 against right-handers in 1921. Perry wants out of this inning right now in the worst way. Here comes a pitch. Fuster, ground ball down to shortstop, and fielding that is Galloway. Whips it across the diamond to Brazil, and side is retired. But the Yankees get a couple of hits, an unearned run, leave 2. We're through 4, and our score, New York 1, Philadelphia 0. Mouse in your house at the ballpark. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the game. And Ward wasn't a big slugger. He'll eventually move to second base in this replay when the Yankees get home run Baker in the lineup. Fuster normally played in the outfield in 1921, so getting some rare infield duty in this game. Carl Mays, top of the 5th inning, and top of the order, Jimmy Dykes. And it's going to be an in-play result, 38 against the right-hander, as Jimmy Dykes grounds that right back to Mays, who whips it over to first. 1-3 on the putout, 1 down to start the 5th. Mays pitching very well right now. In play result to Witt, and the lefty gets a good swing at that. Drives that into right field, and going back near the corner. Plenty of room, though, to pull that in is Bob Musil, 2 outs. And that brings up Tilly Walker, the Athletics left fielder. Walker today is 1 for 2, single, and flown out to left field. In play result again for Mays, and Walker grounds that down to first base. Wally Pitt picks it up, underhand to Mays, and side retired, 3 up, 3 down. So Carl Mays got off to a shaky start. He's settled down the last couple of innings and has now retired 8 in a row. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway point of this one. Our score, New York 1, Philadelphia 0. Peckinpah steps in. Ruth will be on deck, and Ruth would have really loved that number because that is going to be a wheelhouse result for Peck. Big swing by Peckinpah, drives that deep, 29, and that's going to hit off the top of the wall in left center, rattles around, and they're still chasing it as Peckinpah. Motoring around the bases, the Yankees have their second triple of the game as Peckinpah stand-up leadoff triple here in the 5th. And the Bambino's got a chance to get his first RBI of the replay. Can he come through and play result? 65, and Ruth flies it into left field, and that is not going to be deep enough, as coming in to take that is Tilly Walker. Would have had an easy throw to gun down Peck. So while I Pip the batter, 1 out, runner still on third base, it's going to be a patient result, and Pip draws the base on balls. Perry, noted for his bouts of wildness in his limited starts in 1921, and that brings us to Bob Musial. A runner still on third base, and Musial, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short twice, one of those resulting in a double play. And in play result as Musial, he flies into left field as well, and again, it's going to be too shallow to get the run home. So 2 down, and ping Bodie up. Bodie tripled in the 4th inning and later scored. See if he can recapture some of that magic. A patient result, and 95. Another fly ball into left field. This one's deeper, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be the 3rd out, and sides retired. A leadoff triple goes by the wayside as we head to the 6th inning, still 1-0. Yankees in the lead. Evil Empire, well, you only have to see him 153 more times, I promise, in this replay. As Carl Mays set to pitch the 6th inning to Frank Brazil. And that is going to be an in-play result as Brazil. Line drive right at second base and climbing the ladder to pull that in. Nice play there at second base by Chick Fuster. 1 down. And Joe Duggan steps up. Duggan today is 1 for 2. He's walked, rounded out to third base, and that's going to be a ballpark result. And Duggan is a right-hander, 67, and that's good enough to be wheelhouse. And big swing and drive, and that is going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. He hit it hard, but got over the top of it. 6-3 on the putout as Peckinpah takes care of Duggan, and it is 2 down for Cy Perkins. Mays pitching well. In play result to Perkins. And Perkins drives that into center field. Moving back a few steps is Ping Bodie. 3 up, 3 down again. And Mays has now set down 11 athletics in a row. And we are heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0. Yankees in the lead. Aaron Ward set to face Scott Perry. And Perry, he'll be fatigued after this inning. He was not one of those Ironman pitchers. In play result as Aaron Ward. Ground ball down to second base, and easy routine play for Dykes. 1 down to start the 6th. Brings up the catcher, Wally Shang, and Shang today. He has doubled and reached on an error. So officially 1 for 2. 8's going to be an in-play result, and Shang. It's going to be a pop fly into foul territory, and going after that is the catcher, Cy Perkins. He's got plenty of room back there. He pulls it in. 2 down for the pitcher, Carl Mays, who singled his last time up. Mays, a very good hitting pitcher. Not this time, though, as Mays going to ground that down to second base, and ranging to his right is Dykes, short throw, and the Yanks go 3 up, 3 down in the 6th. As we are heading to the 7th inning, this one's speeding along, much more so than our Groundhog Day game, and it's 1-0 New York, clinging to the lead. And in the Athletics bullpen, Dave Keith is going to start warming up as Scott Perry will be fatigued. So they're going to close the book, actually, on Perry. So he pitched well. He is still the pitcher of record, unfortunately, an unearned run doing him in. But he's going to get credit for going 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 1 unearned run. Three walks and a strikeout. And he was set to hit second in this inning, so we will also have a pinch hitter. And that will be in the form of one Paul Johnson. All right, we are ready to go. Frank Welch looking to break the out string of Carl Mays. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be an in-play result. 42 against the right-hander will be a ground ball back to Mays. A short throw to first base, 1 down to start the 7th inning. Chick Galloway, athletic shortstop, has flown out twice to Babe Ruth in this one. And that is going to be a patient result, and Galloway lets a high one go by. He's drawn the base on ball, so a 1-out walk, and that brings up the pinch hitter, Paul Johnson. Mays gets a sign. It's tough. 70, and Johnson swing and a miss, and Mays breaks off the breaking ball, and he was way out in front of that. So 2 outs on Mays' second strikeout of the game as we go back to the top of the order. Jimmy Dykes going to make some magic happen, and 4 will be an in-play result. 31 by Dykes, just misses that. That's going to be a pop fly into foul territory, and Wally Shang pursuing that makes a nice catch waist level, and side is retired on the pop-up. As the A's finally break their inning string of not getting a runner on base, but a walk is stranded. We're heading to the 7th inning stretch, and Chick Fuster set to lead it off for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 7th, and Tony has joined us, Cards and Dice TV. Check out that great channel. Does all types of baseball games there. Yeah, no, the error numbers here, a lot of 1s and 2s on the error columns, and even on the ballpark, the results for the errors they vary, of course, by ballpark, but Polo Grounds is here. You can see if you're a 1 or a 2, you're fairly certain to probably get an error on a defensive check here. Only 1 in this game thus far, though, as Keefe, the new pitcher, it's going to be an in-play result to Chick Fuster, and that's going to be a ground ball down to third base. Joe Duggan with a nice play. Plenty of time to gun down Fuster. 1 down to start the 7th inning as Roger Peckinpah steps up. And Peckinpah is going to get a tough result. Swing and a miss, and Peckinpah blown away by the high heat. Back to the dugout he goes. Ruth winks at him as he walks back. Ruth has not yet struck out today, but he's not got it in the hit either. 0 for 2 with a walk. Here comes a pitch. 6. That'll be an in-play result, and the Bambino drives out hard into right field. A sharp single. So 2 outs, and the Yankees have a base runner as Ruth rounds first, heads back. And again, using auto steal, Ruth is going to stay put for Wally Pipp. Pipp in our Groundhog Day game went deep. Tough result to Wally, and 24, and that is going to be a single. And Ruth is a 7, so he'll automatically go to third base on the 2-out hit. Yankees in business, runners at the corners, looking for a little 2-out lightning, and Bob Musial will be the batter. Musial looking to come through, and tough result to Bob, 68, and swing and a miss. Keefe takes a little bit off that, strikes out 2 in the inning, gives up a couple of hits, but no damage as we are through 7. Still clinging to a 1-0 lead is New York, as in the top of the 8th inning, which was the inning I screwed up in the Groundhog Day game. It is going to be Witt, Walker, and Brazil facing Carl Mays. And Carl Mays starts it off in play, 29, and Whitey Witt. Sharp single into left field, and the A's start the 8th inning off. That's the first hit since the 3rd inning for Philadelphia, and that brings up Tilly Walker. And Walker, he is a bunt rating of D. They're not going to have him hit away, or not going to have him bunt. He's going to hit away. 7 will be an in-play result, and 86, ground ball down to short, and that is above Mays, but below Walker, so that'll be a fielder's choice. 6-4, Witt is erased, and on at first base on the fielder's choice is Walker. 1 down for the first baseman, Frank Brazil. Brazil has singled, doubled, and lined out to second base today. And in play result, ground ball down to third, and 7, and again, that is going to be another fielder's choice. So 5-4, erases Walker. And Brazil on at first, 2 outs for Joe Duggan. And the future Yankee would like to sting his teammates to be. 6 is tough, and Mays says, I'm going to sting you with a wicked slider. Duggan waves furiously at it, misses, strike 3, side retired. So we are through 7.5 innings heading to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees clinging to a 1-0 lead. And Dave Keith set to face King Bodie, and the veteran Bodie steps in. Bodie's going to put this into play, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And Brazil picks that up, takes it himself. 3 unassisted. 1 down to start the 8th inning here. This game is flying along. Hammer Time and Ken Castro have joined us at the ballpark. Yeah, that was another, you have a knack for those extra inning games, RJ. That was another fun game, though. Here we go. 1 down, or nobody, sorry, 1 down. Aaron Ward, the batter, and 11. That's going to be a tough result. And Aaron Ward, he's going to fight that off for a single. It's another difference with this set in the 69 set, which I just finished playing. Not a lot of hits in the tough column. And here, some hitters have quite a few opportunities. Wally Shang, the batter. And Shang, also a bunt rating of a D. And he's going to swing away as well. So 7, and good thing he did. I was thinking about doing a hit and run, but Shang blown away by the fastball. 2 outs as he goes down swinging, and that brings up the pitcher, Carl Mays. That would have put a very awkward steal situation in play for Aaron Ward. 10, and it's a wheelhouse result, and Mays, the pitcher, takes that deep down the left field line, and that is over that short porch. A 2-run bomb by Carl Mays, and Babe Ruth, Bob Musial, forget you. Carl Mays has the stick today, a 2-run blast, and the Yankees extend their lead to 3-0. Carl Mays going deep, helping his own cause. And in 1921, Mays did hit 2 home runs. So Keefe hangs his head as Mays crosses home plate. The 2-out blast, and Yankees up 3-0, top of the order. And that will be an in-play result to Chick Fuster, and Fuster drives that into the gap in left center, and he's going to have a 2-out double. So that blast by Mays seems to have rattled Keefe, and the Yankees looking to pour it on here in the 8th inning. 2 down, Peckinpah steps up, and Peckinpah is going to get a patient result. He draws a base on balls, so Keefe falling apart on the hill for the Athletics, and hurrying to get ready in the bullpen is Roy Moore. It might be too late, though, as the Bambino steps in. The Bambino doffs his cap to the crowd. Got that smile on his face. Here comes the pitch. Keefe kicks, delivers, patient, 55, and Ruth draws the base on balls as well, his 2nd of the game. And the sacks are loaded, and Keefe cruising along, had the pitcher in the box, and he has just come unraveled. 2 runs in, sacks loaded, 2 outs for Wally Pipp. Here comes the pitch, another patient result, and Wally Pipp. That's going to be a bases-clearing triple as Pipp drives that over the center fielder's head. By the time he chases it down, everyone has scored, and Pipp standing at third base, and the Yankees have blown this one wide open. A 3-run triple by Wally Pipp, and he's auditioning already to keep Lou Gehrig at bay when he debuts in a few years, as the Yankees have extended their lead from 1-0 to 6-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Keith has to get by Musial before he can be replaced. And tough result, 52, swing and a miss. So Musial, the carnage ends as the Yankees bat around here in the 8th inning. The final damage, 5 runs on 4 hits, had a couple of walks thrown in there, and we are through 8. New York 6, Philadelphia 0, and again in real life this game was an 11-1 Yankee win as Carl Mays comes out for the top of the 9th, looking to salt this one away. He's going to face Cy Perkins, Frank Walsh, and Chick Galloway. First result is going to be tough to Perkins, and Perkins foul tip but hung on to by Shang. Strike 3. 2nd strikeout in a row for Mays. 1 down for Frank Welch. And Welch, the center fielder today, is 1 for 3, has singled and also struck out. In play result, and Welch, he's going to drive that one down the line in left, and he's coming around first base. Here comes the throw from Ruth. Head first slide, and he is safe. 1-out double. So Philadelphia not done yet as Chick Galloway steps up. we're going to have another pinch hitter. Looks like Ivy Griffin is in the on-deck circle. Here comes the pitch for Mays, and that'll be an in-play result. And Griffin, that's going to be a single. So opposite field line drive, that goes into right field, and a runner on second base is going to score, and the Philadelphia A's are on the board. A one-out RBI single for Chick Galloway, and Keith is going to be pinch hit for. Griffith steps up to the plate. And Griffin against right-handers in 1921, he hit a respectable .333. So can we have an improbable rally here in the top of the ninth inning? We shall see. Shang out to talk to Mays, tells him to settle down. Let's get out of this, go home. Have a soda after the ball game. In-play result to Griffin, and Griffin 49. That's going to be a ground ball down to first base. And a 4, that is going to be a 3-6-3 double play. Twin killing Mays induces the ground ball double play, and game over. So the Athletics get on the board. 2 hits, 1 run, nobody left, and we are done here at the Polo Grounds. The Yankees open the 1921 season with a 6-1 victory over the Philadelphia A's, highlighted by a brutal 5-run 8th inning at the expense of Dave Keith. So let's add up our final numbers here for the Athletics. They had 5 hits in the first 3 innings and only 3 after that. They end the day with 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error. The hometown Yankees, 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher in this one is going to be Carl Mays with a complete game. He goes to 1-0 on this replay. And loser will be Scott Perry. And our feature player, Babe Ruth, did not have the game he had in the Groundhog Day game. The Bambino ended up going 1 for 3, single and a couple of walks, scored a run. The offensive star in this one, though, was Wally Pipp, and the Pipster went 2 for 3, also added 2 walks and a 3-run RBI triple to salt the game away in the 8th. So there you have it from the Polo Grounds. Close game to the end. I want to thank everybody for joining us in our reboot. And again, I totally botched the first game, so I just deleted it and we started over. So Matt Steeler fan, check out his Glory Days Boxing Dynasty on Operation Sports Forums in the other Dynasty section. RJL 518, a payoff pitch connoisseur. And as he mentioned, tonight, Expos and Astros. So check that out on RJ's channel. He does a great job announcing there. Mouse in your house, thanks for joining us. Sports Time Machine, I missed you, Utah Mike. Welcome, buddy. Glad you stopped by. And check out his great channel as well. And you'll also find Mike in the Payoff Pitch Facebook community. Hammer Time 1031. Appreciate you stopping by. And Tony from Cards and Dice TV plays every baseball game that exists, does a great job with all of them. And finally, our good friend Ken Castro. Thank you for stopping by as well. So that's it. This is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and the 1921 season Yankee replay is off to a flying start, and this video will be kept since I didn't screw it up. Ruth, definitely, he has the most powerful baseball or payoff pitch card I have ever seen. Home runs even in the patient column. So hope you all have a great day. Happy Friday to everybody. Stay safe out there. Have fun. Roll dice, and we'll see you later.